Bombay smells a lot.
Parts of Bombay smell of money, and the rest of it just smells.
This naan is covering you.
Something is covering me. How big is a fucking naan that covers me?
Only a naan that big can cover you.
This is home for you, is it?
Bukhara, no, I don't come here. It's oddly enough, every single time I've come has been with a chef who's visiting or a food writer who's visiting and want to make a pilgrimage. So I come along, I get them the table and I come along and tell them what the food is like.
Yeah.
So I've come here with Massimo Bottura,
Yeah, I know, I
with
saw
Western Blumenthal, with those kind of people.
Yeah.
That's J.P, who's the chef for all the Bukharas and Peshawaris within ITC. He is the most successful chef nobody's ever heard of.
Heard of, yeah. So many hotel chefs don't get the
Limelight.
The limelight.
But you know the Manchurian sauce was invented in Bombay?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
There was a man called Nelson Wang
Okay.
who used to be manager of a restaurant called Frederick's, which was behind the Taj in Bombay. And the Golden Dragon opened.
Okay.
And these guys are all like third generation Chinese. The furthest east they've been is Chaurangi. So they have no idea they're Hakkas. And they don't serve Hakka food, except for a made-up dish like Hakka noodles.
Yeah.
So they were serving basically an American Chinese menu.
Okay.
Their one great invention was chili chicken, which was invented in Calcutta.
Yeah.
And then they went to this place and they said, what the fuck is this? We had no idea this could be Chinese food. So in those days, they had no access to Sichuan pepper or anything.
Yeah.
So they tried very hard to do tikha Chinese. And at Frederick's, they came up with Chicken Manchurian. They made up the dish, they made up the name. It stayed in Bombay. And then around the same time as this restaurant opens, the Taj opens the House of Ming in Delhi.
Okay.
And that introduces Punjabis to thick red gravies and masaledar food. And then suddenly Chinjabi takes off. And Chicken Manchurian is the Tandoori Chicken of Chinjabi.
Chinjabi.
Kya doge? ठीक है, whatever you think looks good on camera.
What you have, I know, but for them, it's
I've eaten many
We'll
times.
have what he has.
One thing for sure, the reshmi, because we can't get a full Sikandari raan. But the reshmi is like a little bite of the
I'm getting
Sikandari.
raan also.
I know what he'll do. He'll do the Sikh. He'll do the small tandoori chicken because it's a real chicken rather than a broiler.
Oh, okay.
He'll do the raan because he's proud of that. He'll do the big naan. He'll do the Dal Bukhara. And then he'll do one or two.
I already have the
mutton
meat
kebabs.
spread.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
So as a child, I lived in Delhi. He's from Bombay. And this Delhi-Bombay war is always there.
So I'll give you my perspective. I grew up in Bombay. If you ask me where I'm from, though I've lived in Calcutta also, I will say I'm from Bombay. If you ask me which city I would rather live in, the answer is always the same, Delhi.
Delhi?
Bombay smells a lot too.
Yeah, it does.
Really, you think people are more civilized here?
Yeah.
You're the first.
Parts of Bombay smell of money, and the rest of it just smells. I see this restaurant as being the triumph of Punjabis in Delhi. Because Punjabis come to Delhi in 1947. Moti Mahal opens in the 50s, introduces tandoori cooking. Tandoori cooking spreads all over. But in the 70s, Delhi is still not a Punjabi city. And then in 78, this place opens. And it's tandoori food. It's the old Moti Mahal menu taken to sublime heights that Moti Mahal could never manage. And it's a simple restaurant. You sit, you tear your food with your hands, you eat it, which was considered unthinkable in a five-star hotel at that time. And it ultimately, just like Bhangra later, it represented the triumph of Punjabi culture in India.
And there's a lot of confusion that most people don't understand that that this is Punjabi, Northwest Frontier. Everybody still categorizes it Mughlai without understanding.
It's got fuck all to do with Mughlai. And even this Northwest Frontier idea, the suggestion that Pathans riding and playing Buzkashi would stop and have a tandoori chicken is nonsense. This was started by Imtiaz claims to have started, but the most famous chef was a man called Madan Jaiswal, who initially, when he started it, was so paranoid about the marinades that he used to come in the morning before anybody else came and do the marinades, or do it at night after everyone had left. And it was originally successful because of masalas, they thought. I personally think it's successful because of the technique. The masala in this is not the big deal. Tandoori chicken is a good example. You will find tandoori chicken at every Indian restaurant in the world. But it's usually made with a broiler chicken and they put artificial red color on it.
Yeah.
Over here, they make it like we assume. We assume that when Moti Mahal started making tandoori chicken in Peshawar and then brought it here, there was no such thing as a broiler chicken.
Right.
So they used to use what we call desi chickens, which were always small, always free range, and there was no food color either. So this is actually the original tandoori chicken, which nobody, including Moti Mahal, serves any longer.
And that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
I'm getting the meat sweat just looking.
Yeah. The chicken khurchan has never been at Bukhara. It's a dish that only regulars order because nobody knows it's there. It's the only dish on the menu that's vaguely gravy type. Because Bukhara, since 1978, has never served a grain of rice. It's very Punjabi, wheat, meat, cooked, etc.
Oh, this chicken is,
It's a real thing. Huh?
yeah, this is not playing around.
So what you kept telling me, no other dal that we've eaten in any other place. He was like, no, that's not dal. Still haven't been here.
The Colossus of Kapurthala, the shroud of Turkmenbashi, the Bukhara Naan, has humbled many a table by its 36 inches of girth. Legend has it that Mr. Ambani had thousands of them studded in jewels for his son's wedding, gifted as capes. Or so we heard.
कैसे रखोगे भैया? ये ले जाओ, ये ले लो.
इतना नहीं चाहिए होगा बस वो एक बस.
ये ले लो, इधर डाल दो.
We are table management now.
You got a table on a table.
Thank you.
We fucked your shot, no?
And how?
Hold on, I have an idea.
Fourth guest, yeah, there we go. You got a manta-ray.
This is a dish that they invented before Instagram, but so one way they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
It's really the most Instagram dish on the menu. I actually prefer this to butter chicken because it's not about the gravy, it's about the chicken.
Chicken itself, yeah.
The whole table is fascinated with this naan. They stopped all conversation, turning around to stare at it.
Please dig in.
Please try some.
Would you like to try some? We can't eat it.
Oh God, what have we done? I'll never be allowed inside.
You also redecorated the table.
I'm happy I got this little bit here.
I'm not eating all of that.
This is one of their
Signature.
marquee dishes.
Very well done.
You know what the secret ingredient here is, no?
Chas wala brine.
Amul cheese.
About cheese.
Why is it called Murgh Malai Kebab? Because they use cheese to make it richer and soften the dish. The original chicken tikka had no cheese.
No, of course.
Now every chicken tikka you get is called Murgh Malai Kebab because they put cheese in it.
Oh.
So you've never been married to an Indian?
I have Syrian Mallu girl from Florida.
The smart one.
I work through religions, continents, countries, regions.
But never a Hindu girl.
No.
Bloody international, yeah.
I'm everything they say about me.
Food food is always good, but today it's even better than usual.
Fantastic. Sir.
Outstanding.
This has been a revelation to me. Thank you so much
This
for
is
this.
very nice stuff. Because we don't have much of any gravy as such. That's the only thing which we serve off the menu, but that goes well with little bread. Makes you help you eating better.
Chef,
Otherwise,
how long have you been here?
almost 32 years with Bukhara and almost 42 years with ITC.
What is more important to the success of Bukhara? The masalas in the recipes or the technique?
I would say a combination of both are important. Our masala is really actually like kebab masala. We make mix the pudina masala. We also make garam masala. My garam masala is totally different from anybody else. And even in Maurya also, they all have different recipes, but my thing is very, very different. And even we make a staff curry also, it makes it more tastier. Because the combination concoction of the certain spices which we add, probably that is the right connect of the spice. Technique also makes a lot of difference because many of the cooks start overcooking the stuff in order to make sure that it doesn't remain undercooked, and that's why they falter. There is a fine line between your expectation and my delivery. So at what temperature it should be cooked, at what temperature I should be making it half done. And because most of the kebabs are large in size, we do in 2 stages. So first we have to sear in to seal in the juices inside, and then as an order comes, we
वो high temperature पे cook होता है क्या?
depends again, like the larger bird and the jhinga, they have larger, more of moisture content. So we have to put on a high heat,
Seal it in.
then take it out. But the chicken, pomfret, they need very delicate heat. They need smaller heat also. Small
जब ये बता, इसमें चीज है कि नहीं?
चीज है.
ठीक है ना, उसमें मैरिनेट में चलता है कि मसाले में जो ऊपर से
नहीं, ऊपर से नहीं, मैरिनेट में.
मैरिनेट में जाता है?
Marinate.
उससे क्या वो नरम कर देता है और क्रीमी बना देता है ज्यादा?
It too, it holds on to the meat. It also gives you rich flavor of the thing and keeps it protected from burning further.
जो सबसे पॉपुलर कौन सा है यहाँ पे?
Tandoori chicken, raan, seek kebab, Murgh Malai kebab, barra kebab. They are the most selling.
Every table orders a dal.
Yes.
दाल तो लेजेंड
Yes,
लेजेंड हो गई.
80 kg of dal.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Chef.
great meat.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Even better than usual.
Thank you.
I enjoy it. I
You're a
definitely
natural.
enjoy it, and I'm comfortable.
And you have a good director also because he leaves you alone. He doesn't let you get self-conscious.
Yeah.
What happens in all food shows is they stop and they say, "I didn't get the idea. Retake kar do." Take food in your mouth. You don't do it. You don't know it.
So this is also a marriage where he and I have a abusive relationship.
You abuse him and he makes the show.
Yeah. We don't want to yell at saying we're yelling at the director. So he's also called the producer. Anything we don't like, we blame it on Chutiya producer.
First, I'd like to thank you so much for arranging all of this.
Arranging kya yaar? I just turned up.
I think that one call is the reason we're here.
Thank you, Vir, for again making this happen and taking your precious time and giving it to us.
It's been a pleasure and an honor.
To many more, I would love to continue conversations in different formats. I'm really excited about what you guys have started with you and Raj in culinary creation and this awards. Thank you for having something that cannot be.
Should I thank your producer?
Producer,
Thank you to your producer. Much abuse, man. I have to tell you, you're much better than these guys. So don't take any crap from them.
Bill mat badhana bas.
you can't fucking shoot at Bukhara. They don't let anybody in. You know why they don't let anybody in? They don't need to fucking let anybody in. 40 years, they're full every day.
Your love for Indian food is different because you only eat Indian food outside of your house. In my case, Indian food, your desi khana, we generally eat at home, right? So our mutton curry, chicken curry, kadhai chicken, butter chicken, all this हम घर पे बनाते हैं. Their food is really good. Their raan was really good. Their chicken was really good. But again, वो होता है ना कि एक आप जितना भी अच्छा बना लो, वो एक घर पे जो बनता है, you will have that feeling कि यार घर वाला अच्छा है.
Vir was as TBF as us. And somebody in his position need not be that, but he's comfortable. He's had fun.
I thought the episode will go very like that. And oh my God. But goddamn, the man's chill, bro.
He is.
I loved it.
I loved it.
He literally went saying, so it's cool that I abuse on this thing. And he was the first one to go, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we are in for a ride. And I could have shot that episode longer and would have just had equal amount of fun.
Correct.
Because the depth of knowledge. And I feel like I need to have a lot more conversations and we should sit down more with him. Because the knowledge sharing back and forth is so much fun.
You were fanboying.
I was fanboy. I was definitely fanboying on it. On that, thank you, Vir. Thank you, Priya, for setting this up. Thank you, everybody. This is the last take.
It's a wrap.
That's his white shot.
People have been asking him and others, why do they need so many cameras? It's like they literally can't put us on two because we block out the sun. Not to call you the senior citizen of the lot, but I didn't want you to sit on the school.
Uncle type.
He is half Mallu, so he'll call you Angil.
Yeah, Angil.